Polestar's newly updated EV is better than before, but we're still not sure what to make of it. Much like the other all-new brands that have appeared recently out of the automotive ether, Polestar has experienced more than its share of aches and pains as it's grown. Unlike the other upstarts, however, it's benefited from the big boy backing and engineering know-how of its spirit animal Volvo and Chinese overlord Geely. But despite all the helping hands, the rollout of its first real product, the Polestar 2, proved rocky. We weren't sure what to make of it. A lifted-looking, front-drive-based, all-electric powered hatchback-ish sedan with average range and power, a vaguely upscale Swedish aesthetic, and middle-of-the-road vehicle dynamics, all for a luxury-leaning price. Sign us up? The good news is that the updated 2024 Polestar 2 drives much better on balance than before. And although there are a couple of other things we dig about the new 2 too, it remains a puzzling package at its core. To the rear we go. The biggest headline for the 2024 model year is that Polestar decided to change the 2's polarity by flipping the base car's single-motor orientation in the name of driving pleasure, effectively re-engineering it to be rear-wheel drive and fitting it with a new motor. While we've yet to do an instrumented test of the AWD version, we were able to put our dedicated test team behind the wheel of the updated dual-motor variant. The 2024 Polestar 2 we drove came equipped with the Performance Plus package, making it the most potent model of the car we've tested to date at 455 HP and 546 lb-EFT of torque QE. While there's a new induction front motor, the car makes do with the 78 kilowatt-hour battery pack of last year's model for now, which means just a modest 155 kilowatt-hour peak charge rate. In addition, you're going to pay for the performance pack and extra motor benefits in the range department, with an EPA-rated number of just 247 miles to a charge. In our Motor Trend road trip range test, however, we recorded a real-world 227 miles, closer to the EPA number than several other EVs we've tested recently. Polestar 2 AWD Performance Plus 0-60 and 1.4 mile times. None of that matters once you mash the accelerator and your neck snaps to attention. Our team drove the performance-boosted AWD Polestar 2 to a 0-60 LMF time of 3.7 seconds, handily besting Polestar's 4.1 second estimate, and 0.2 second better than a pre-refresh, performance-oriented BST Edition 270 all-wheel drive model we tested in 2022 that had more horsepower, 476, and less torque, 502 lb-ft. But the 2024 model's quarter mile of 12.3 seconds at 109.5 mph was bested by the BST's 12.2 at 115.5 mph. Not mind-blowing numbers in either case, but impressive for a 4,719-pound car. From the outset of acceleration, at least, the new car feels quicker than it is, though. This 2024 Polestar 2 also proved more than solid in the stopping department. Augmented by a set of Brembo front brakes and performance tires wrapped around attractive 4-spoke 20-inch wheels, its best stop from 60 mph was 107 feet, with good bite and little fade after multiple runs. The BST nipped it by a foot, however. Where the BST really put it to the new 2024 Performance Plus Polestar 2 is through our dynamic performance tests. The BST's 0.96G average skid pad number is markedly better than what we achieved from the new car, 0.91 gray, though it held a tidy line around the pad itself. Its 24.6-second lap at 0.78G average on our Figure 8 course was also bested handily by the BST's 24.2 at 0.80G. It's worth noting both cars were fitted with manually adjustable Öhlins dampers. We left the new car in the factory's baseline settings, and the BST was shod with Pirelli P0s, while the 2024 Polestar 2 car came wearing a set of Continental Sport Contact 6 rubber. Statistics and subjectivity. Looking at the numbers, the BST is clearly the better handling, better performing car, right? As the old saying from Mark Twain goes, There are lies, damn lies, and statistics. Yes, the BST bettered the 2024 Performance Plus Polestar 2 in most measurements, but editors who drove both cars were more complimentary of the newest model from a subjective perspective, saying it has a more refined handling demeanor in a track situation. One Car of the Year judge called it possibly the best performance EV at the event. Aside from the high marks for its trackable nature, editor opinions of this car and the Polestar 2 in general are more convoluted than a Scandinavian fjord map. Over rough pavement, several drivers found it far too stiffly suspended and wanted a more conventional damping system. Some thought it was too cramped inside, or didn't like its vertical infotainment screen, or thought it was too expensive given the overall package. Then there are those who lauded its cabin appointments and exterior appeal. Others wondered what it's trying to be in an esoteric sense. Is it a sport EV or a luxury EV? Too much of one and not enough of another. Despite the improvements made to the 2024 Polestar 2, it remains an enigma wrapped in a riddle, a car that, in some ways, is still in search of its true self. At least now the wheels move from the back first, and that's a big step in the right direction for us.